Hello, just doing a video on the Skynetic F4U 750 millimeter. I'm using the 11.1 battery that they recommended, except I'm using Dean's instead of JST because they were out of stock on JST and the JST plug sucks. So I had a bunch of Dean's connectors, so I swapped this over to Dean's, and that was easier for me. I'm using the $15 Lemon receiver, the 6-channel, the same one they use on my Jumper T Lite. There's no gyro, and as you can see with this wing right here and right here, I broke it twice already. I have my replacement wing at the house, but I found paint that was pretty close, so I'm just using this wing right now and using it as my test wing while I learn with this airplane. This is about my 6th time out with it now. I have 3 batteries, so I've not flown this more than maybe 40 minutes total of flight time or something like that. So it's pretty fresh still. And like I said, this is the biggest one I have for my collection so far. No assistance, just a simple 4-channel, extremely powerful 1-to-1 thrust plane. I'm gonna talk about some things that helped me not crash it, and the biggest thing was apart from adding 50% expo to pretty much every control surface, what is it, I also learned that flying with 50% throttle, because the manual said to fly with 50% throttle as you're learning with a 3-cell, it's too slow. Unless you're only banking like 5 to 10 degrees, you will stall if you try to do any type of things, which may sound obvious when I say it, but as a beginner, not so obvious for me. Anyways, I recommend about 80% throttle to 100% throttle the whole time you fly this, apart from when you want to land. And when you want to land, even when you're turning for landing, I recommend 80 to 100% throttle. I would only start throttling down once you're in a stable straight line. I'm going to hopefully show you an example of that. This is my last battery of today. I filmed one other battery charge, or my friend filmed one other battery charge for me. I'm not sure if it came up on camera. So I also, the video doesn't mention the only video I found on this plane, the Skynetic version. These batteries last me 4 minutes if I'm running it back to back, especially the way I like to fly these planes. 4 minutes, I'd say 4 minutes and 30 seconds. One time I landed it on my 3rd pack after the motor was getting a little hot, so maybe it's a little harder to turn. And I got at 4:30, I had to do a dead stick landing because I have a perfect timer on my remote, and my throttle was completely dead the moment I made my final turn. So I got lucky and didn't crash it. But the only 2 times I've crashed this plane is, one, because I fly with, if you fly below 50% throttle, you're pretty much asking for it. And if you're getting into trouble, you actually want to slowly ramp up the throttle as smoothly as you can. It's a little stressful because this thing torque rolls like crazy. It has a lot of power. So let's see, I think that's about it, apart from things like right rudder on takeoff. The main thing for me is on this airplane, it is not stable below 50% throttle. And expo, yeah, I want to say that's it. That's what caused me to crash. Oh, I know, flying this in too small of a field. I tried to fly this where I normally fly my planes. That was a horrible idea. This area I'm at right now is a lot bigger, you'll see. So everything's work. I'm going over the control surfaces. Make sure left is right, up and down. Expo looks all good. So I got 4 minutes of flight time. And here's the warbird. Calm the nerves. Oh, and check out the field I'm at. It's a lot bigger of an area I'm using to fly. So let's see. That was a little bit of right rudder and quickly ramping up to 70% throttle before the front two wheels took off. So this is about 70-80% throttle, and then I go to 100. Then I do a snap by going inside up on both sticks, and it snap rolls pretty instantly, or it snap tumbles, whatever it's called. And then you see I'm full throttle, and I just let it pull out. You do not throttle down to try to take out the spin. I tried doing that in the beginning. That messed me up so bad because the torque roll of the motor would just get you even more unstable and disoriented. So you see that was both sticks up and out. I'm gonna do it again. Both sticks up and out. That's both sticks up and out, and then I'm holding it, and then I let go, and then I pull up. So it looks pretty fun. And then now I'm gonna do both sticks in. You see I pull up in a straight line, you know, try to be smooth with it, especially when you get low. I almost lost it early on a charge, actually, on the second battery when I wasn't recording, of course. So I'm gonna go out on the sticks right now. This is out, up and out on both sticks like that. And then I pull out. Sorry, I'm flying a little too far from the camera. Like I said, this is a big plane. The more room I got, the better off I am. Now I'm gonna go both sticks up and in. And then pull out of it slowly. Little stressful. But once you learn it, and you see, I'm gaining plenty of altitude before I do it. It's not too bad. Oh, that's a pretty clean one, I'd say. I was losing control, so I got out of it. Right there. That's, that's just the sticks up and in. And then let's see if I could go nice and level, kinda. Not so much. Still a bit of a nervous flyer with this one. Nice roll. I'm gonna go to inverted. It's pretty well balanced, just barely nose heavy with the battery I'm using. You could even pull out of it straight up, but be careful. If you don't have enough speed, you will lose control. I'm running out of battery time right now, so I gotta land. Especially after that maneuver. I think I may have ran out of power, actually. Well,
timer 1 elapsed.
That's what I'm talking about, the 4:30 minutes, or the 4 minutes 30. Let me pause it and take the walk, and then I'll be right there. So getting close to it, you can hear the low battery. You see, perfect landing, I'd say. A lot better than the beginnings. But yeah, that was no throttle the whole time there. I could feel it. I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but you could see this is me trying to play with the throttle, but these are all good. So yeah, that was a 4:30 timer on my remote, and I came in trying to land. Well, you heard the timer when it went off, and yeah, that's too close. I recommend 4. So let me disconnect it real quick, 1 sec. And yeah, this is, like I said, my biggest F4U so far. I really like this particular model. I'm gonna be buying another F4U soon. So this model is a little scary without a gyro, to say the least. So I crashed this a few times, and even now I still am getting a little nervous with it. It's definitely not an easy flyer or a gentle flyer or anything like that, or a trainer, nothing like that. There's no gyro, and you see, you can definitely get in trouble with this airplane, with the power it has and the torque and all that. But so much fun. I love this plane. I play War Thunder with this plane specifically. Unlocked, you know, all the F4Us. So that's it. Thanks.